Hello and welcome to BeamNG Drive. I'm davidinark, and today I'm playing BeamNG on my work computer because, why not? I thought it might be fun to give this a shot and see what happens. I have no idea. Real quick, the specs here, it's an Intel i7 4770. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, but it's only running the Intel HD 4600 graphics. I'm using OBS Studio to record it. And I'm mainly putting that information in there just so you get a feel for what's happening here. I mean, when you fire up BeamNG and you're running on Intel graphics, it actually warns you saying, hey, you're using Intel graphics. Are you aware of this? You should have a dedicated graphics card. And in fact, there's even a place where you have to click and acknowledge the fact that you're using a very low-end built-in graphics adapter in order to run the game. So, which I thought was rather interesting that BeamNG is, the folks who make it, they're like, listen, you're running a piece of junk computer, so your mileage may vary. So anyhow, just doing some driving around. We played around with the truck for a little bit. I want to see what happens if we spawn in the ESBR, just to give that a whirl, and we'll see how long it takes to load in the car. I'm like, wow, this is taking a good little bit. I mean, that's not bad. What I noticed, the graphics, like you get the ground cover, but there's not really. Okay, well, this is doing some serious damage to there. Let's see, we go up and over the loop, and oh, I turned the wrong way, but that's okay. We're gonna fly through the air. Oh, that's interesting. So that weird little off shade thing. Oh wait, there we go. Can I get that? Oh, I was trying to see where it goes. I think that's banding. So the Intel graphics, like you can't even see banding. Is that what that is? I have no idea. But just, oh my gosh, the graphics look awful, frankly. I mean, the cool thing is that the physics engine is still, functional, and all the bits and pieces and parts of the car come flying off, but the graphics themselves are just yikes, a little scary. But you can play the game on an Intel graphics processor. I don't know. Let's see what happens if we pick a different area instead of just grid map. What if we do, say, the cliff? Let's see. Let's see what it looks like when we fire up the cliff. The cliff does not have a lot to it. It's mostly water with a giant mountain in the middle. Look at that. So the terrain itself looks okay. I mean, but notice there's no 3D grass. I don't think this map had trees, so that's not going to be an issue. But I mean, the truck itself is actually taking a decent amount of damage as we slide down the hill, and you see the smoke effect. So, this is an Intel HD 4600. It's golly, at this point, several years old, many years old, and it's still actually playable. I mean, sure, the frame rates aren't great, and I wish I had uh, done something to capture the actual frame rates in the game. But I don't have anything that's indicating the frame rates. They're obviously not, awesome. They're barely playable. Well, not barely playable. I mean, I've seen way worse frame rates than this. But hey, you get the general gist of what's going on here. Falling down the cliff, smacking into various pieces and parts. Parts of the truck are flying off down the hill. We come skating down here. I mean, see, that's all right. That is not bad for Intel graphics. I'm just saying. I mean, no, I'm not going to win any, YouTube awards for it or anything. Is that even a thing? I have no idea. By the way, I have no idea what the microphone sounds like. I'm using my Creative Labs HD 720 that's attached to my monitor here at work. So there's that. And let's see. We can do Utah Italy. I'll tell you what. Let's do Utah, and then maybe we'll jump into Italy. I'm trying to pick. I want to pick some very complex maps at this point because I want to see just how good, bad, or ugly this is going to be. I'll tell you one thing. It definitely takes a lot longer to load in levels with my work computer than it does on my home computer. Um, so anyhow, I don't know. I'm curious to know what are the lowest specs you've ever played BeamNG on and actually got it to run. Oh, okay. This looks horrible. Oh wait. Okay, okay. It's starting to spawn some stuff, and I was like, wow. If it's gonna look like that, that's really bad. But I mean, at least it's got some of the environment in there. I don't know. Let's just push on the gas and see what happens here. Look, the middle is there's nothing. Oh, that is so wild how the sign text just kind of like spawned in at the last minute. And I mean, this is not too shabby. Oh, except that sign looked rather rough. Oh, it crashed into the rock. Again, we are getting some of the smoke effect, pieces and parts falling off, but it's definitely a much lower resolution, which you would expect. I mean, like I said, it's a Intel HD 4200 graphics processor. Look at the water. Oh my gosh, that is horrible. That is awful. I mean, yeah, it's water, but oh my goodness, that is crazy. And the trees, it's interesting how the detail fades into the trees as you're driving along. Oh crap, I didn't mean to hit that rock. Oh well. But you see how everything is just like the shadow until you start to get closer to it, and then some of the detail pops in. So I have to say I mean that says a lot for the engine, the game engine as well, because um, I truly expected that it was just going to end up being like, kind of shadows or nondescript or like no details at all. I can't get up over these rocks, really? All right, fine. All right, let's free cam this a little bit and just kind of cruise over the Utah landscape. I mean, you can see trees are dotted in. It's definitely got some of the texturing from the rocks. Oh my gosh, this is so herky jerky. And this is actually in the game. This is not a recording artifact. This is the game itself is doing this weird herky jerky movement. That this kind of stutter step lagging while I am kind of flying around. Now, this is version 0.18 of BeamNG, so they added some things to it. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, so this is like the whole, I don't know, some kind of industrial zone over here. So we can go down under the ground. Oh, pallets. I thought that was like a stack of gold or something. Nope, that would be pallets, Dave. That's pallets. All right, so let me just come up through here. But all right. I've not explored this map a lot, so I'm not sure where things are. What I'm looking for is the mining company thing where there's a mine shaft now. In fact, I mean, the Utah map now has lots of a whole, I don't know, there's a whole underground mine situation going on. Here we go. There it is. All right, so let's spawn in the truck here, and we'll just reset it just to make sure it's good. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Now I'm going to put the lights on, although obviously I don't need the lights because my graphics adapter is so low that it doesn't even render uh, shadows and night dynamic lighting. There's none of that at all. Interesting that the left side is all dark and the right side is all light. That's very strange. It does not help that the driver in the video can't drive. We're having a rough time heading through the mines here in Utah on BeamNG Drive. Okay, I'm not doing so well here at all. There we go. Let's see, maybe if I go up here. Nope, that's a wrong turn. Wow, it's very disorienting. I didn't realize it would be, but uh, with the graphics quality as low as it is for this particular playthrough, it really is. It's disorienting as to where things are and where you're supposed to go. I mean, look at this. Like the top is dark and the left side is dark. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, that is cool. Even in low res, that's cool. I have no idea where I am. Where am I? Oh, okay, that's actually deep under the ground. Uh, wow. I'm I'm not sure where we are. All right. Well, anyway, let's respawn the truck, and I'm curious to see what it's like to use different cameras. So let's try the external camera, which we all know I'm not a good external camera driver. I know, I get it. He says as he crashes moments into launching the external camera. That's brilliant. Way to go, Dave. This is awesome, riveting stuff here. Oh my gosh, man! But once again, I love watching the graphics kind of render in almost as you drive by. That is so weird. Oh my gosh, that is so weird. All right, let's come to a screeching halt. Okay, so let's try what I think anyway is the most demanding map, and that is Italy. I mean, Italy's got tons of pieces, tons of parts. So I'm very curious to see how Italy behaves with this. The PC itself is not bad. I mean, heck, I had an equivalent computer when I first started recording. Actually, well, I had something even less, but I had upgraded to a very similar machine to the one that I'm using here at work, except I added in, better graphics, more memory. Um, I can't remember. There were a couple other things that I modified in the computer that I got. But like I said, I added a graphics card. So this one is just using the Intel HD 4200 or 4600 or whatever it was. It's still, it's not great by any stretch. And as you can see, it is taking a long time to load in Italy. There we go. Oh, well, Italy looks pretty ugly. Oh, wait, it's coming. It's coming in there. All right, can spin around a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. We're kind of hung. There we go. There it is. Wow. Um, huh. Again, I mean, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. But the spawning in of the rendering of certain graphics as you drive by is just such a weird experience to me. It's almost like going like way old school. I don't know, like GTA or something like that. Old school Star Wars games where things kind of rendered in as you got there. Oh, that's just man. Look at the dark trees in the distance and the mountains. Let's get over the edge. Come on. All right, well, let's see if we can just grab a node. Pull us over. No, not there. All right, well, fine. We'll just flip you off of here then. Crunch. Oh, yeah. BeamNG's fun no matter what the graphics look like, man. I don't care. It's an awesome game. I'm enjoying it big time. So, there you go. Oh my gosh. Anyhow, there it is. I just thought I would poke around a little bit, take a look at BeamNG on the computer that I use at work. Again, it's an i7 4770, 16 gigs of RAM, just using the built-in Intel HD 42 or 4600 graphics, and it's playable for a fun little break. If you want to mess around at lunch, there you go. One of the other problems that I did have, though, with the game is that because this computer is on a network and our home folders are redirected to the server, it actually cannot set up some of the required locations because it can't redirect or doesn't have permission or something or other. um, to get to save, like to create the BeamNG folder in the documents folder for mods and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure I can figure that out. That's probably just a matter of me either manually making those folders or tricking the system into getting it right. Look at it render in the wall. That is so bizarre. But anyhow, there you go. So BeamNG on a semi potato, a half baked potato. How about that? Anyway, let me know your thoughts, questions, problems, suggestions, horror stories down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Special thanks to Hero of God, GamerGull, and Mr. Spooky7 for supporting me on Patreon. And again, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this weird look at BeamNG Drive, and we'll see you next time. Have a good day.